Okay, so I wanted to make a quick video and just talk about swing plane or swing path, and I want to help people who are struggling with coming over the top, or another way to say that is people who swing from the outside in. And when we refer to kind of outside in, the target line, let's call that like the baseline or zero. So when you say outside in, the club is coming from outside the target line and it's quickly post-impact moving to the inside of the target line. It causes a glancing blow. It's the root cause of a lot of shanks or a lot of shots that hit off the hosel. If the ball is forward, it could be the cause of toe strikes. So it causes inconsistent face contact, and you're going to struggle with direction when you're outside in. So I want to go over kind of 4 common ways we see people come over the top or swing outside in, because there's really some different some different causes to an out to in golf swing. And so we'll go over the cause, and I'll give you kind of a drill that you can do to help kind of counteract that. So the first one we see is when a player gets to the top of their backswing and they just spin their upper body. So when they strike the ball, their upper body is way too opened up to the target, and when they do that, the club head works out and across the golf ball. So one of the drills that we like to do for that is to have a player keep their back to the target longer and learn to swing their arms kind of independent from their shoulders. And you can see my fingers here. My fingers are kind of tracing the path that club would come into the ball on, and it's an exaggerated in-to-out path when I do that. The second way that we see people come over the top is as they swing the club back to the top, they do it with their hand track. So their hands move out towards the ball. They don't necessarily spin their upper body, but their hands move out towards the ball, and that causes the club head to swing across or out to in into the golf ball. So on that one, that's one where I feel like I want people to learn to almost feel like they're tracing a loop where their hands work kind of more to the inside. So they're doing this kind of a loop with their hands and trying to get their hand track to be more from in to out. The third way that we see a lot of people come over the top is their upper body's good, their left arm plane's good, but their wrist action is such that the club head or the sweet spot of the club gets thrown out on the target line too early. And a lot of times when they strike the ball, it's on the outside of the target line and they'll shank it. So for that drill, I like to have people come down and take the club head and put it behind their backside. So I'm trying to get them to go to the top and then take the club and practice coming down and having the club behind their body. So that when people do that, you'll see the club get slung out that way. Oftentimes, you'll see that in people who are really laid off at the top. They'll do what I call come over the bottom. In addition to that, you see it a lot with people who cast. They'll cast the club out onto the target line, and it'll affect the path that it comes into the ball on. So those are kind of the major ways we see people come over the top. I think it's important. Over the top for most players is a symptom. It's not a root cause. And what I mean by that is people who have an open club face and have tended to see the ball slice or curve to the right for righties, they will over time develop an out to in swing path to try to correct that. It's the wrong fix, but it's the logical fix, and it's the most common fix. So if you're a slicer, if you struggle with out to in, I would always check your grip. Make sure you have a good grip. We've got other videos on how to hold the club, and I would suggest you kind of hold it in more of a hook grip, have more of a hook grip, and just make sure that the club face isn't getting too open as it comes into the golf ball. All right, thanks very much. Hope that helped.